Alright, next section we're evaluating trig functions and we're looking for exact values. That means that we're not just typing this into our calculator. So what we need here is our unit circle as well as the unit circle definitions for all my trig functions. So number one, first problem we run into is that the angle we're trying to evaluate is negative. It's negative 60 degrees. That's definitely not written anywhere on our unit circle. So first thing we're going to do is find a positive coterminal angle for that one, because I need to know what angle on my unit circle to look at. So I'm going to add 360 to that, so I get 300. So I'm going to get my unit circle out, find 300 degrees. So 300 degrees. So that means that I'm looking at this point right here. So I'm trying to find tangent of 300 degrees. So let's look at the definition of tangent, which you should have written on your unit circle. So it's the ratio of the y value over the x value. So I'm going to take that y coordinate divided by the x coordinate. So for this one, that means doing the negative square root of 3 over 2 over 1/2. And so here's something you're going to be doing repeatedly in these problems when you're dividing by a fraction. To simplify it, what you're going to do is you're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So that means we're going to flip that bottom fraction and multiply by what's on top. Usually something cancels when you do this. So in this case, what we get to do is cancel these 2's. So I've got negative square root of 3 on top, 1 on bottom. So my answer here is negative square root of 3. Alright, number 12. We're doing sine of 3 pi over 4. I believe that this angle is on our unit circle. Certainly is. 3 pi over 4 up here in the second quadrant. So that means that we're looking at this point right here. So sine of 3 pi over 4, according to the definition, is simply the y coordinate of that point on the unit circle. So let's look at that point. Let's look at the y value there. It's square root of 2 over 2. That's our answer. Nothing extra we really have to do here. So it's square root of 2 over 2. Alright, moving on, cosine of negative 675 degrees. That angle is definitely not anywhere on here, so let's figure out which angle it matches up with. So negative 675 plus 360. So we get negative 315. That's still not on there. So let's add 360 again. So we get 45. So that's the angle that we're looking at. So 45 degrees. Quadrant 1. And I'm doing cosine of this one. Yeah, cosine of 45 degrees. So for cosine, the unit circle definition of that is simply the x coordinate. So my answer here is going to be the x coordinate of that point. So square root of 2 over 2. So we said square root of 2 over 2. Alright, next one, secant. We're doing secant of 765. So that's a really large angle. So first thing we're going to do is figure out where that is on our unit circle. So we're going to subtract 360. Still too large, so subtract 360 again. We get 45. I feel like we're getting a lot of 45s on here, which is okay. So secant of 765 degrees, same thing as secant of 45. So this is our first reciprocal that we've come across here. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So we're going to look at that x-coordinate and we're going to flip it. So our x-coordinate for 45 degrees is square root of 2 over 2. So I'm going to flip it. So I've got 2 over square root of 2. Doing 1 divided by a fraction, the only thing that does is flip the fraction. So secant of 45 degrees, look at the x-coordinate, flip it. We get 2 over square root of 2. Now this is an exact answer, but most of the time you're going to see this answer with a rationalized denominator. So to do that, we multiply by square root of 2 over 2, and we get 2 square root of 2 over 2, which simplifies to square root of 2. So both of these are exact answers. When it comes to like EOC stuff, chances are you'll probably see the fully simplified answer here, square root of 2. Alright, 2 more. We got cosecant of 11 pi over 6. So 11 pi over 6, it's in that fourth quadrant down here bottom right. And we're doing cosecant. So that's the reciprocal of sine. So we're going to be flipping the y coordinate this time. So my y coordinate is negative 1/2. So to flip that, that'd be negative 2 over 1, which is just negative 2. Alright, last one. We got cotangent of negative 4 pi over 3. So let's see where this angle is on our unit circle. So we're going to find a positive coterminal for it. It's in radians, so I'm going to be adding 2 pi to it. So I get 2 over 3. So really, I'm looking for the cotangent of 2 pi over 3. Which is up here in the second quadrant, top left, 2 pi over 3. And I'm doing cotangent, which is the reciprocal of tangent. So instead of doing y over x, I'm doing x over y. Two pi over 3, so I'm doing x over y. So I'm doing negative 1/2 on top, square root of 3 over 2 on bottom. So negative 1/2 on top, square root of 3 over 2 on bottom. Fraction on the bottom, so I'm going to flip it and multiply by what's on top. Stuff cancels, and we're left with negative 1 over square root of 3. If you rationalize the denominator, you'll get negative square root of 3 over 3. So either or